What's up, Facebook, YouTube, and everybody in between? Today, I'm going to show y'all how to field strip a high point C9 9mm. And it's a little more intense than you think. And we're going to give it a good cleaning and lube job and, just general maintenance on how to keep it functioning properly. Because with this budget gun, you gotta keep it clean a lot more than you normally would. Now, it's a budget gun. All right, I paid like $200. You can go in a pawn shop with a part-time paycheck and come out with a gun. That was the whole intention behind it. So it's not exactly up there with the Glocks and all, but anyway, first thing you got to do, obviously, is clear the weapon. No magazine, nothing in the chamber. Now I would just stick my magazine in here, but I don't feel like emptying it. There is a little switch right here that activates the empty magazine or last round hold open. Let's see if I can trip it without emptying my magazine. I've done it before. I swear I have. Oh, I guess not. Be right back. Anyway, you don't want to use just the switch there, or the built-in safety or slide lock, because it'll actually slide out of the way while you're knocking on this thing and slam shut on you. But insert the magazine, rack it, and it'll lock itself open. Alright. And you eject the magazine. Now, there's a pin right back here. When the magazine is locked, when the slide's locked open, that pin will be exposed right back there. And as usual, the slide's in the way. And the lock released. Oh, fun. Well, they gotta be assholes and do it this way. You notice I ain't got a punch. I got a steel piece of wire, but it gets the job done. As like I said before, I'm not made of money. It's a budget pistol, so I do have another one on layaway. It's Starsville Mavs 9mm, of course. Now, take that and move it to a surface that's not going to be beat on. You back your slide, find the right spot. Well, and it'll lift right off. May have to actually fire it, or dry fire it. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta dry fire it. Oh, and be very careful in this phase. This is your guide rod spring or recoil spring. I'm going to lay that again on a surface that's not being beat on. Let's see here. Your slide retainer. The firing pin spring set, which is a double spring, and it looks like mine could use some new springs. And of course the firing pin, or the striker, excuse me. Give it a little help here. There we go. Now, it ain't been long since I've had it apart and oiled it and cleaned it, but I have put a few rounds through it and it's a little dirty again. Oh. Plus, this time I'm actually going to take some sandpaper to the feed ramp here. Oh. And a few other things. And I will be right back. Now, even though I have had this thing for a while, I've never actually had the grips off, so there's no telling what we're going to find in here. Alright. Oh. And that's a little tight. If you're wondering why I'm not using a screwdriver handle, just the bit and a wrench, it's so I can apply slow and even torque to this old screw here. Oh, which, by the way, you can go ahead and transfer everything back over to this table now, seeing as how there's no beating and banging going on. Get it off the couch before I lose it. Oh, anyway, I took that one screw out there, and let's see if I can get this thing off now without destroying it. Oh, yeah, there it comes. I'm going to go ahead and lubricate everything in here, clean it up real good. Now this is your magazine safety. Now, some people don't like these, some people love these. I happen to think it has its purpose, or else it wouldn't be in there, so it's going back in. Because honestly, if I had to fight over this thing and I saw that I was going to lose the fight, I'd rather be able to drop the magazine than to have to duck, dodge, and dive my own weapon. I'm not going to be taking the trigger out for obvious reasons, but I am, however, going to lubricate and clean the crap out of everything, because it's just gritty. I mean, dang. I did not know it was that bad. Oh. Yeesh. This thing ain't been broken down like this in a while. Alright. Oh. Now this is the sear. This is what engages with the striker and holds it back. Pull the trigger, it moves out of the way. Bink. Weapon has fired. Simple, right? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and by the way, that's your last round hold open right there. That's what I was talking about working before. And that's going to get a good oiling too and good cleaning. Well, best I can without taking it apart. Because to do that, I'd have to take the barrel off, and I don't really want to do that. But anyway, here we go. Oh, next piece I'm going to be taking out is the sear. Oh. Well, that one first. Sear arm, or trigger arm, whatever you want to call that. Oh. Oh, make sure I don't drop that little spring. Yeah, alright. Got you. Oh, and basically everything in here is going to get a good scrubbing. Best I can. Because last time I just dropped oil all down in it and hope for the best. Oh. Yeah. Little slide wear right there. That's not good. But it'll be okay. Actually, you know what? I think I will take the barrel off. Okay, I think I won't. Whatever. That's fine. I can get to it just fine where it's at with the sandpaper. Alrighty. Oh, let's have at it with the sandpaper, because all this other needs to be dried off or wiped off anyway. Wipe this sand off, keep from wearing it out. Because if you got sand in there, it's going to wear, with or without oil. Oh. And the feed ramp, by the way, is right there. Now that's where a lot of my problems are. If it's not a Hornady critical defense or something with a very pointed tip, if it's got any kind of blunt tip on it at all, it'll hit that feed ramp and just pew, straight up. So this should solve that. But I'll be right back with you. Alright, now that is way better. And honestly, it took me about an hour doing it by hand with 400 grit. Yeah, 400 grit sandpaper, which is fairly fine, but not as fine as 600 grit. But I did manage to get all the pits out of it, where the hollow points were slamming into it and knocking metal off, because it's basically more than likely aluminum. It's too light to be steel, really. But it may be, you know. Now, I'm going to get into all this before I put it back together. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Well, no, before I put it all back together. All right. But I left this side on because I didn't want it falling everywhere while I was sanding on the feed ramp. Go ahead and take this other screw out so I can take the safety off. Oh. Ah. Now, one issue I'm having is a sneeze attack. Now, one issue I'm having is the safety is just too easy to move, so I'm going to try to see what makes it work and bend it a little bit, or something anyway. Oh. Yeah. All right. And it actually fell off when the grip came off. So, yeah. Oh, but, that is cool. The, empty magazine last round hold open switch. This is how it works, by the way. When there's no round in the magazine, it's pushed up by the follower. Alright. Like I said, I knew I had moved that before and made it work, you know, without a magazine. But it was a lot easier to just go ahead and empty out the magazine, you know, because it had already been done. But anyway, there ain't a whole lot on that side besides this, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it up real good because it's got a lot of dirt and grit and oil in there. Oh, I'm going to take a look at the back of this grip right here and see what, if anything, I can do about that safety. See this little notch right here? It's worn down. Well, knob, anyway. So if I bend the safety out just a tad, I mean, it should catch on that notch a lot better. Oh. You can see what's happening is sometimes it just moves and comes off safe. And that's not good. Oh, but anyway, back at it. I'm going to take just a regular old little cloth and, you know, a barrel cleaning cloth and or a swab, whatever you want to call it. It comes in the cleaning kit, and just give everything a good wipe down. So I'll be right back. Oh, and by the way, I'm no armorer, but I am a decent fabricator or machinist, you know, for home purposes. This is the point where you want to take a, you know, after you get it wiped off really good, take a really close look at the frame and look for any scratches, any burrs, any contact points, basically. Because this was not a new gun. Alright? And if you think you can use common sense to fix it, go ahead. I would, anyway. You know, it's not like you're losing a lot. You know, it's just a paycheck pistol, but, you know, it's the only one I got right now. But, you know, like you see right there next to that pin, there is heavy slide wear there, a little bit back here on the, where the takedown pin goes. Slide wear there. There's actually a burr knocked out right there. It's definitely hitting the slide. And the frame is not supposed to hit the slide. It's supposed to slide on these metal rails right here. And doesn't appear to always be doing that. It's got a little play in it somewhere. But I'll take a look at the slide in a minute. What did I actually do with it? Oh my God, seriously. Oh. No. Oh. Okay. This is where those pins would ride at, in this general area right here. So, feeling along in there, there is a little bit of dirt, a little bit of grit, so that's probably what caused that. Which is why you always want to keep your gun clean and oiled. But the next problem is the trigger pull. Now, under normal conditions, this is a oof trigger, alright? And there is a tiny pin right there holding the entire assembly in. And I don't have a tool small enough to get that out. So I'm just going to have to work with it like it is and drop some oil down in there. Now I apologize if I skip ahead a little bit. I've only got about 7 more minutes of video memory on my phone. So now one thing that could not quite cause a malfunction, but could possibly get in the way of your functionality a little bit, is the slide retainer hole and the hole where the firing pin and springs go here in the back of the slide. Now I'm going to take a 22 caliber barrel cleaning swab, I guess you'd call it. Go ahead and clean that out. And when I get through cleaning it, I'm going to oil it up real good. I'm going to give the slide a real good wipe down with oil and start putting this bad boy back together before I run out of memory. Okay, got it all back together, nice and lubed. So let's see how it runs, just a dry run. Now, well, actually I got an empty magazine right here. Go ahead and stick that in there. Run the mag, or run the cycle. And that's not going to work. Dumbass. There we go. Now, trigger pulls a lot better. I don't know why I just did that. Oh yeah. Nice hard firing pin drop. Now, let's see how it loads hollow points. First round's always done that. pretty good. You see, usually what happens is the tip of that hollow point will dig into the feed ramp. But before I run out of time, I got a couple minutes left here. What I did was, while I had it apart, I obviously oiled the holy crap out of everything. And all the trigger workings in here got oiled really good, examined very closely for signs of wear, along with the grips, because on this particular pistol, the grip is part of the mechanism. Now, something else I did was the magazine release spring. I bent it just a little bit so that you got to put some pressure on that button to get the magazine out. And the safety wasn't engaging real good with the grip. Now, I could just replace the grip. You know, that'd be the easy and scientific way out, but why? So I wrapped a end wrench around this lever here while it was out, of course, and bent it just ever so slightly, like barely bent it where it would engage with the grip. And other than that, just oiled the shit out of it and cleaned it really good, because that's how you got to take care of a high point. Now, I'm not actually going to fire it today. I'm going to take it to the range with me next time I go and add on or do a part 2 to this video and see how it runs. Let me hurry up and get this magazine out before it gets oil in my bullets. That wouldn't be no good. That actually cause either a primer or a powder failure. But yeah, it's that simple. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all take it easy, have fun, and be safe.